Hello guys, today we are playing another build, and this one is probably, if you look at the budget wise, one of the best builds this league. Honestly, we're doing currently Cortex and the Uber Cortex with quite difficult mods like maximum resistances, skill chains and everything like that, as you can see on the side. And we're taking the boss quite easily, tanking as well, dealing absolutely good damage, as you can see over here. So we're gonna go quickly talk on the detail why I mean the build is budget and why you don't need mage blood or anything that's super expensive on this one, and you can start playing yourself. So let's head into it and talk about all the details. So we're back on our hideout, and let's talk about the build itself. As you know, the skill got quite popular, and this is not like anything original over here, just what I'm using and what I'm playing with the skill. So we're using Forbidden Rite, Soul Sacrifice. Don't look at the gem, it could be better. I could invest much more in here. I could buy 21 level of the gem here, it's only 20 here. So the build can go way higher. Let's just quickly talk about all the items and the budget I'm using. So 6-link body, this one is quite high on the budget, not the best in slots, not the worst in slot. Could be cheaper one, could be much more expensive one. Our main skill is Forbidden Rite of Soul Sacrifice. Basically scaling our energy shield, we get a lot of damage as well. Then using a new amulet from this league, Whispers of Infinity, a lot of energy shield from it. As well, it makes our skills cost energy shield instead of mana or life, which is super useful. We can use much more auras without having to worry about our mana or life. So this one is a must. Then we're using Calling of the Whisper, super cheap ring as well. This one is cheap as well. The amulets, unless you're going for super high rolls, this one is quite cheap as well. And the ring makes our build do wonders, because when you read the last line on here, it says when your hex duration expires, you get 1 soul. So basically, we set up a temporal chain with Blade Pole of Tartarus to automatically apply curses all the time without you having to press anything. You just press once your R button to cast Blade Pole. It's gonna cast all the time, everywhere. Basically, you curse all the mobs in the area, you get souls very quickly. Since using less duration, the curse expires very quickly, and we get the souls to our cap to 45. And then basically you're running a headhunter on top of your regular build. So this setup is super cheap as well. The helmet over here can go without power charge, which is like 1C. With power charge, it's a little bit more expensive. Shield as well, super cheap. You can pick a lot of different corruptions over here, so it's up to you. Professor Wand, another cheap unique, 2030T, so nothing too major so far over here. Relic boost with power charge, I think it costed like 3 divines when I bought it. If you go with worse movement speed roll, you can get it even cheaper. It's not perfect, of course, could be corrupted, could be, a lot better. Then gloves, just a gloves I crafted, bought, the already fractured mod, and then I crafted myself. As well, not perfect, could be much better. There's a lot of improvements here. Ring, just super basic ring to fill our resistances. Since we're not using mage blood, you could use mage blood on this build as well. It would solve all your resistance issues, and you get some extra defenses like max res and so on. But we did decide to go with Graven Secret, which provides another power charge, and we do get as well absorption charges. And absorption charges is 12% of elemental damage taken as energy shield, but absorption charge is recouped. So this one is quite strong. I could say I feel tankier with Graven Secret than I was with Mage Blood. So, and the belt itself is quite cheap without corruptions or anything. It's just like 20T or 30T right now. So flasks, nothing major over here as well. Just bottle paid for the wines. And I think that covers all the basic gear over here. Just remember, the most important is your ring and your blade full of Tartarus to pretty much all the time have your soul leader stacks whenever you're mapping or doing the bosses. As you saw on our Cortex showcase, we done quite well with all the mods available. And to be honest, I already done all the Uber challenges over here. The ones I wanted actually to do all of them. It's not too hard. Basically, you do a lot of damage on the bosses, especially without any like max res stuff and so on. You can pretty much just go from full to zero in like 5 seconds, maybe even faster, you know. Yeah, so let's go over to our passive tree. So the passive tree over here, there is one expensive choice, but you don't need to have it. Like honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Like this one went up a lot in price. The Light of the Meaning, the Prismatic Jewel. So it is quite expensive now, to be honest, like 70 divines, I think 60 when I bought. But even if you're not using this one, which I was for quite a long time, you're not losing that much. You're losing like 2k energy shield. It's not a big deal, to be honest. Like if I take it out, we lose 100k damage. It's not too big of a deal. You're still quite tanky with 11k. With pushing and maxing, you can get way more. You could get like 15, maybe 17,000 energy shield with all the nodes. And I'm on level 95 as well, so there's still nodes to be picked, like jewels over here, jewel over here. So you can totally skip this one as well. You could technically skip this one since if you're not using the Light of the Meaning, you could just be putting in anything else over here. Then we got our, Militant Fate, pretty much any cheap Militant Fate that doesn't change your power charge, it's viable here. Area, Curse Effects, works pretty wonders here. We convert our Inner Conviction. Then just a regular jewel here. It's not good. It could be better. Just pretty much ignore here. Just a cheap one, like 20T or something. Over here, we got our cluster, which Touch of Cruelty, Unspeakable Gifts, and Wearing Evil. We're using Unspeakable and Touch of Cruelty. Then we got a medium cluster for Vast Power and Magnifier. And that pretty much covers all the jewels, I think. Nothing too expensive over here, honestly. If I would talk about the budget, you could set up working build like this with all the gear over here without including, the Light of the Meaning, and just using, maybe a little bit less energy shield body, like 1000, 1100. Could see the build going for like 5 to 10 divs, maybe even less, because a lot of like uniques like this without corruptions are super cheap. You could possibly squeeze in like from 5 divs, Of course, it would not do the same damage as I was doing, but it would be pretty close. Maybe it would take like 10 more seconds to kill the bosses, but yeah, I think for this league, this build is quite busted, like probably one of the best on the budget-wise builds, to do Uber contents, clear tier 16.5, quite juiced with a base breach, works wonders on those. You do die sometimes, 1 or 2 times, depending on the mods. If you do stack a lot of like bad mods, you can die, of course. But compared to other builds, this one is quite budget viable and works wonders, to be honest. Like I'm enjoying so far. We're gonna level up a bit more. Not sure what I'm switching next to test out as well, but so far it's done a good job for me to farm some divines, clear a lot of content like Ubers and stuff like that. Yeah, I think you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you guys in the next video. If you liked, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment as well, and see you in the next one. I could as well drop a showcase at the end, how the mapping looks, but not to stretch out the video too long. All right, see you guys on the next one. I'll leave the showcase at the end as well.